Hello everyone and welcome back to Game Like a Pro Collegiate Hearthstone Tournament brought to you by Newegg. We are jumping into the grand finals here between Fresh and Haunts. And you know, these guys are playing for $2,000. Winner gets $1,250 and the loser walks home with $750.
Yeah, either way, it's not too bad. Not too bad. And we're gonna see Fresh playing his Dragon Warlock actually against this Hunter deck.
Yeah, and as we've talked about before, the Dragon Warlock is really, really good against Shaman, but it's really, really bad against Hunter. I mean, Hunter can kind of use hero power even just to close out the game.
Yeah, exactly.
There's very, very little healing in Fresh's list.
Oh, there is a Stone Tusk Spore that came off of Peddler for this freezing trap, and maybe even future freezing traps. So that's just some pretty good tempo, as he's just gonna kill this Dark Peddler and like hope to freeze the freezing.
Oh, and actually he's even... I'm kind of surprised that he even plays the Imp King boss first.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that it's still, even despite that there being a freezing trap, maybe it's better to get that sniped rather than your Imp King boss. What do you think?
Imp King boss is just such a good card. Yeah, it probably, even if it is freezing snipe, I think you still go for getting the 1/1 sniped. I don't even think, like, I want to say it's close, but it's not really that close. You try to get it sniped if you can. I mean, I guess later it will, but yeah.
3 reasonable choices on this tracking here. I probably want to see him taking the bow. Even though he gets to play Snake Trap for free, the bow could potentially get a lot of value in this spot.
Is he the face variant?
Don't worry, loves. The cavalry's here.
Yeah, this is Haunts, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
Face variant.
Oh yeah, we see the Ardent Horse Rider and everything. So I mean, yeah, I would have liked to see the bow picked up there, especially with these secrets in play. Hunter of Argus. That's kind of a hard one to deal with.
Yeah, he's gonna get his Snake Track activated though.
I mean, like giving him imps kind of makes his unleash better, I guess. That's one upside.
Well, this unleash still isn't amazing though.
Yeah, it's still very lackluster.
Wait, you get 5. But then you still have to send 2 of them in, so you end up netting 3 damage on your opponent's face.
Yeah. This doesn't really look good for Haunts this game. I'm not sure. Like, I guess he can just whittle him down with the hero power, but he's whittling down from 27. That's something that's a little hard to do. He has Alex Jaraxxus.
He decides to freezing trap hero power there, which I'm not exactly sure. Like, the freezing trap is going to be dealt with very, very easily. I kind of want to just see him send in his 2 snakes and then unleash for 5.
Yeah.
Maybe he missed the play.
Yeah, this Imp King boss is just going to be really good on this board. And then now like his unleash is kind of worse. I would have liked to see that maybe saved for a snipe.
Well, he still gets a 4 unleash this turn. Not nearly as good.
Yeah, like the 4 unleash. It actually just doesn't really do much, right? It barely kills the Imp King.
Yeah, so I guess you just don't even 4 unleash. You still, if you're gonna hold the unleash, you might as well keep holding it.
Yeah, and like, the face variant of Hunter is usually pretty favored in this matchup, but you know, the early game of the Dragon Lock, able to just like go toe to toe with it, right? With 2 Imp Kings, Dark Peddler, the board for the freezing. Like, it's just been pretty good for the Warlock, and then now they just have enough time to get to Alex Jaraxxus. So, like, when they go for the final push of damage, you can just always go back up to 15.
Yeah, and also, Fresh ended up with both of his Earthen Rings this game too. He used his first Earthen Ring actually to heal his minion, but the second Earthen Ring I imagine will be comboed with Bran just to ensure that he can heal himself for 6 and get out of range of any potential Hunter Burst.
Yeah, and that bookworm was pretty huge because like it's just another way to deal with the board without having to use a spell for this cat trick.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy? Yeah, the cat trick was played pretty early in the game. It hasn't been triggered at all.
Yeah, I guess like he just figured it out really early and just hasn't played it. Leroy Unleash, or he's probably going for the Leroy Unleash.
Yeah, he gets to unleash for 6 here. I mean, if you're not gonna unleash for 5 and you're not gonna unleash for 4,
yeah,
you should probably just unleash for 6.
Yeah.
You can get it.
This puts him down to 11. If he just sends them all face, he has an 18. So that's.
You can arguably make one trade here because wait, I think that ensures that not only does your infested wolf spawn 2 when it dies, but also I think that makes space for cat trick as well.
Yeah.
Wait, does cat trick activates after the spell is casted, right? So if Hellfire happens, the minions die, then cat trick.
Yeah, he would have to play just opting to go with all the trades. He is. He's at 9. Maybe he can just go for the brand. Yeah, the brand double heal.
Yeah, brand Earth Ring, and he still has Siphon Soul for another heal. And that Stone Tusk Spore as well.
Yeah,
Nice, get in there for 1.
The board control.
Oh, board control is my favorite kind of control in Hearthstone.
Let's see. So he's pushing 5, and with the double corruptor, like Hellfire, does he win?
Yeah, I do believe so.
Oh,
There's also a PO.
And PO, wow. Yeah, so wow, this is pretty huge for Fresh because this is like a big unfavored matchup, I would feel. And
normally unfavored.
Fresh just pulls it out.
I don't know. I feel like Haunster's early game just wasn't enough to snowball him. I mean, typically as a hunter, you're looking to snowball off of like an early start, but he wasn't able to do that. His Unleash, he kind of held it for a while. He ended up getting 6 value out of it, but by that point, it was already too late. Yeah. I think the Argus on the Imp Gang boss was definitely one of the key plays there.
Absolutely. And rolling the boar off of the peddler to proc the trap is also like really huge in that matchup.
Oh yeah, definitely. And now we are going to go into game number 2. Hans is down a game. He is going to decide to re-queue his Hunter. And as we said earlier, I mean, psychologically, it seems like the players who lose just stick with the same deck.
Yeah, and this is just another, or this matchup, I would say another unfavored matchup, but this is an unfavored matchup. And it's like, he's going coin growth here. It's already not looking very good, though. It's a lot of high cost cards for Fresh.
Yeah, Fresh is probably going to be looking to coin out the WoW growth and go directly into Innervate Nourish.
Yeah, exactly. The thing that sucks though is his hand is kind of, you know, like, it is really weak. So like you don't really want to go Innervate draw, but it might be like something you have to do. Not sure.
If you Innervate draw and get like Rag Barongeddon, you're kind of sad if you didn't. And also when you draw, it just means you're probably not getting this Malagos out anytime soon.
Right. How about when you Innervate draw and draw 3 removal? How does that feel?
That's actually pretty decent. He can't just like use up all these spells and then get Arcane Giant really cheap.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually like why Druid can find itself in good spots against decks that it's been pretty weak to in the past, right? You just have all these removal spells, and then you get to a point where your Arcane Giant is really cheap. You just, like, throw it on the table. You've already removed most of the board. They don't usually have like a good way of answering it, and then you just kind of just get them.
Wait. So he played. Did he not? He didn't attack with his Urgent Horse Rider, right? I think he played
Wow.
Barnes and then just straight up ended his turn.
Yeah. You know, slight misstep, missing a damage. You should always check if the button's green or not.
Oh, another thing is that Fresh is deciding to use Feral Rage for removal, so he won't be using that at heal. That could be a big deciding factor in this matchup.
He did get that healing touch, so maybe that's what he thinks. Is like, well, I have the healing touch already. I'm just gonna use his Feral Rage as removal.
True.
So as Hans this turn, like, what do you do? Just like jam 2 guys and hit him in the face?
Yeah, just jam 2 guys. Just play the Wolf and the Secret Keeper.
Yeah. Like,
If he doesn't play the Secret Keeper, it looks like he's not gonna play. Okay, he is gonna play it. I definitely think you just tempo it out here.
Yeah.
If you don't play it, you're gonna float a mana. You're gonna miss damage next turn.
Absolutely. And Drew's not really known for being able to clear boards very easily, right?
Yeah. Making them use a Wrath on it is completely fine.
Oh, but Wrath plus Giant into the snipe. I guess you might just like have to kill command this.
I mean, you can Freezing Trap it. You can go Secret Keeper Freezing. Secret Keeper Huntress Freezing Trap.
Actually, I kind of like that line, yeah.
I don't like kill commanding here because if you kill command here, you've no more reach and you're probably just gonna lose the game.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I think if you just go for the minions, let it get frozen. Like, it's like some people think like, oh, it's gonna get frozen, but it's an Arcane Giant, so it's still gonna cost 0. Like that one costed 4, it's gonna cost 6. Like that's kind of hard to play still.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what else are you gonna freeze in this matchup?
Yeah, exactly. Like this Malagos, I guess.
I mean, Malagos never has to attack though; it just sits there and then wipes do 9 damage. So like, you never actually need to attack with it.
And interesting. He pops the shield. Maybe what I like to see at Moonfire, you kind of just like want to not die. You take here.
Probably Leroy.
Renaissance. Yeah. If you know Fresh has Harrison in every deck, which like he's played on stream quite a bit, like he might know that already. Because like the Eagle Horn bow can get more damage than the Leroy, but it's kind of unlikely, right?
Yeah, I mean, it only gets more damage if a trap is active, and as we were discussed earlier, the freezing trap isn't even out there, so it's going to take way too long for him to get 3 charges on the bow.
Yeah, exactly.
And then kill command, you have to think about, well, how reliable am I going to have a beast to do that 5 damage? I think Leroy's just the best pick here.
Yeah, it also makes your unleash better.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Alright, just hitting him down to 12 here. It's getting kind of low. He's probably just gonna go for the Tempo Mali, maybe? He's getting kind of low though, he might just not do it.
I still think you do it, because if you don't play the Mali now, then if you use your healing touch, he's just gonna redo the damage to you. So you need to play the Mali this turn, so that you can healing touch next turn, and then the Hunter can't use his repetitive damage.
Yeah, he needs the Moonfire this turn as well.
Yep.
Let me see, it's 9, 11, so 1 damage. Oh, I guess it would have to be 1 mana. Oh no, there, that should do it, right? 9 plus 3.
Yeah, quick shot is gonna be lethal, right?
And it draws a card. That's the most important thing here.
So I guess kill commanding earlier was okay. The only problem was that Fresh wasn't able to get his healing touch rolling.
Yeah, exactly. There was a turn where he could have played it, but instead he hero powered. And I guess that could have ended up costing him. Also, if he could have Moonfired the turn before, because he ultimately like Moonfired
to clear 1 damage, right?
Yeah, exactly. So he could have been off by 1 damage that turn.
You're right. Yeah, there was a couple of things that Fresh could have done to, I guess, increase his chances of surviving, and then to be able to get his healing touch rolling, and then he could have been idle to find a spell. The idle could have found himself another heal, and then the game would have been kind of in his bag there. But unfortunately for him, Hans did get that finishing blow with Leroy and quick shot. So we're going to go into a tied series, 1-1 here.
Yeah, both players winning and unfavorable. Really, getting really intense. Let's see, he's just going to go for a coin innervate Fandral here. I like it.
I like it too. Your opponent just played a Tunnel Trog. I mean, their best response here is to Lightning Bolt, but if they don't have Lightning Bolt, it's like almost game over.
Yeah, absolutely. Like he could just, you know, I mean, I guess he could just like roots the totem. Like that's not that bad at all. Like roots the totem, make a he has double roots.
I probably wouldn't double roots though.
Yeah, you probably don't.
You're playing Mally, so Roots has a lot of value later in the game, and you don't really want to overcommit to Portal or Storm.
Yeah, exactly. I guess he just goes into Feral Spirits here,
which is actually pretty weak.
Yeah. Oh, he's just gonna go Blood Mage second Roots. Yeah, just make that board of 1/1s. I mean, everything dies as a Storm though. So I mean, I guess he gets one more turn, unless unless his opponent goes idle into Power of the Wild. But what if his opponent goes idle into Savage Roar?
That would be pretty insane. This turn, Hans doesn't even have the mana to Lightning Storm, because this would be a pretty good Lightning Storm. He is going to go ahead and use his weapon to clear off one of these 1/1s, maybe not. Because if he doesn't use his weapon, I think he's kind of broadcasting that he has an AoE.
Yeah, and he can kind of just like wait for the Storm, right? Your opponent only has 4 mana. They're not going to do like a Nourish. Like the worst possible here is like Mire Keeper.
Did you ever just Feral Rage face here?
I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I just like the flexibility of being able to kill something. If you feel like you're always going to gain 8, then like the extra 4 damage is probably relevant.
Also, you're the aggressor, so there's a very little likelihood that your opponent's going to pressure your life total, so later on you can still use it to deal damage, and then your life total might not be relevant.
Yeah, so this is a pretty good Drake going into the Overloaded turn. Oh, he's going to innervate out this Wrath. Interesting.
It's a spell power totem, so it's definitely understandable here.
Yeah, absolutely. This means this guy dies to like Portal, makes Lightning Bolt kill it by itself. Yeah, he probably just goes for the Lightning Bolt face tank, as we see him doing here. Let's see. Wild Growth picked up. Fresh's hand's not looking too good right now.
Yeah, I think he just goes for double Feral Rage to the face, because that sets up swipe, right? Double swipe?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He's already used both Innervates. I was gonna say, he can draw Innervate for lethal next turn, but, I mean, Hans isn't gonna have enough damage. Like, he just swipe, pass, swipe again, like he's just dead.
Yeah, so actually that supports... This exact draw kind of supports what we were saying earlier about using that Feral Rage just for damage. Then he would have lethal this turn. Although I don't think it would matter, because, I mean, the war is just going to buy the time that he needs anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, it's very, very unlikely, right? He dies from 27.
Yeah.
Yeah, so... no Hex as well, like... He's probably just gonna have to play a thing from below, and I mean we see the double swipe, but like his in his head he's not dead, right? Like he just plays thing from below and just prays.
I don't know. I mean, if my opponent double Feral Raged me when I'm at 16, I'm pretty certain I'm dead here.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't think anybody ever takes that line unless they had reach in hand.
It would have been a sick bluff, though, right?
Actually, that would be a sick bluff. Yeah, I wouldn't be that. I wouldn't be like. I don't think I would ever make that play as a bluff ever. It's kind
Absolutely not. But
that would, yeah, I mean, you're going pretty next level there on the analysis. Man.
Well, we see Fresh take it, so he needs to win one more for the big bucks.
Yeah, it actually is a $500 price difference, so they're playing for a lot. Again, first is $12.50 and second is $7.50 in the form of Newegg gift cards, and you can use those Newegg gift cards to buy yourself some pretty amazing PC parts.
Get yourself something real nice. Alright, coming to our fourth game, and
yeah, game number 4.
The Shaman Mirror. Where Fresh starts with Coin Totem Golem into Claws, potentially into Blood Mage to kill something. But yeah, like, no answer.
Fresh definitely with the better hand here, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. Takes care of that. Like, what do you like? Do you kind of just like play Pharaohs in this? What do you do against this Totem Golem?
I think you roll spell power to try to lightning bolt it, or even hex it. I mean, I don't like hexing it much.
Wow.
But he does roll that spell power, so he does get the lightning bolt. Yeah, I like hero power bolt here, just because you have a thing from below, so you kind of want to play it out as soon as possible, and then hero powering allows you to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I guess the Feral Spirits doesn't look as bad anymore, right?
I'm gonna go for the max side here.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, I guess you just make him roll spell power or have Blood Mage, and it's not really likely for him to have Blood Mage.
I just think that if your opponent doesn't have a direct answer on board, you should just play it. And the reason why I don't like Ferals here necessarily is because you're not reducing the cost of your thing from below when you do this. It does make your Flame Tongue better though, so in that sense, if your opponent like doesn't really deal with your Ferals well, then your Flame Tongue gets better. It's actually pretty close.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of don't. Honestly, I don't like this Overload, but I guess he's playing the Blood Mage this turn. He could have waited till next turn and just went Blood Mage Storm, knowing his opponent's overloaded as well.
True. So yeah, he's gonna opt to not use his Blood Mage for Storm, and now Hans is actually gonna get a Storm, and he high rolls here on the Totem Golem, which he doesn't. Kind of unlucky.
Yeah, very unfortunate. He's gonna have to trade this 3/2, and just leaves him with a Spell Power Totem.
I don't know if that was the best Storm. I think it was reasonable to just, again, roll out that Mana Tide, or even use your Flame Tongue and trade up.
Yeah,
you actually
exactly.
get decent trades with the Flame Tongue there. I don't really know about that Storm. The Storm was a huge gamble first of all, and then secondly it wasn't really.
Oh wow! And the Drake to kill the Spell Power. Fresh just seems to be in control right now. Like, he has the board. He still has AoE. Like, we see Hans had to use his Storm. He has no other AoE in hand. Like, I would definitely say Fresh is in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, Fresh is definitely very, very favored to win at this point. Hans is going to go ahead and play his thing from below for 4 mana. I feel pretty bad if I have to play that thing for over 2 mana ever. I try to... Like, one of the best ways... Another thing I don't like about like using your AoE like that is because one of the best ways to swing this matchup is by, again, that's why I like to play Mana Tide as soon as possible, especially if your opponent doesn't have a direct way to deal with it, because it makes your thing from below cheaper, draws you a card, draws you into potentially more AoE, right? And one of the best ways to, again, equalize in the matchup is to have your thing from below's cost like 1 or 0, and then go for like a crazy AoE turn, and then play your follow-up with things from below for free. That's typically how you win the matchup from behind. And I think a lot of less experienced shaman players, they don't prioritize reducing the cost of their thing from blow, and they use their AoEs prematurely, and then they don't give themselves that comeback option.
Yeah, like look at it now. It's kind of just like dead in his hand, right? Oh, he has the Hex of Flame Tongue Totem.
Yeah, and then now he's gonna play his Mana Tide in a situation where it's gonna be dealt with for sure immediately.
It's just a cycle game 3 at this point.
Yep.
Sees the claws coming out. Yeah, gets the trait on the Mana Tide. I mean, not a trade, but just kills the Mana Tide straight up. Saw the Hex come out, just like throws down the Thunder Bluff. Has second one. Like, this is just not looking good for Hans.
Yeah, just imagine if he still had a Storm here, and with the Azdrake, I think this would be a much better Storm than earlier. Like you typically, if Storm is your only AoE, I don't like the idea of like just storming 3 minions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is a Storm on this. I would have liked to see like an aggressive Thunder Bluff there, and just like trade the Drake plus your face.
Yeah. But he's so far ahead that no matter what line he takes, he's probably just gonna steal the game next turn.
Yeah.
Drake into double Maelstrom Portal. He doesn't pick up the second Maelstrom Portal, so he still gets 1 Maelstrom Portal. It's gonna be able to do damage AoE.
That's pretty good. He's 11. That's no.
Oh, wait, is he 1 damage off lethal?
He is, right? Because he has 9, 10.
Yeah. I think I like what he's going for here.
Yeah, just take care of the board. If he would have rolled Spell Power, he probably could have just put him to 1 and killed him with Fire Elemental the following turn.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is still really good for him. Just puts him to 5, kills the Drake. He might even use the portal.
I think he decides not to. I think it's fine, although it's probably fine either way. He put his opponent down to 3, so like no matter what, he's just gonna win with Fire Elemental next turn.
Yeah, it'd have to be like. Oh no, he has a 2/2 taunt totem. Yeah, he should be. I don't see a way where Hans can win this, right? Yeah, even this taunt totem just gets dealt with, and Fire Elemental comes down, like does the last points of damage.
Well played.
And
there's a bolt.
And there's a bolt. Lot of ways to be able to finish off there.
Yeah.
But there you have it. We have our winner of the grand finals, Fresh. Winning that sweet, cool $1,250 first place prize.
And he did bring Dragon Warlock to this. That was really interesting.
That's definitely a sleeper OP deck right there. I mean,
yeah.
It's got good matchups against Shaman. It's got that Jiraxis, so it can kind of outgrind Control Warriors as well.
Yeah.
And then we actually did see it pull out a win against Hunter as well.
Yeah.
Even in an unfavorable matchup. So I mean, it's actually pretty well rounded. So I give him definitely props for the deck building there. I kind of like his decision to tech in Harrison Jones into every deck. Since this is like a no-ban format, you're going to have to expect a lot of Shamans, a lot of Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, like that as well. And he just overall played, much better than his competitors today, and definitely deserved that win.
Yeah, absolutely. Just smart tech choices. Went for the Warrior, I guess, like, sort of Druid counter, though he did have Harrison in every deck. But, yeah, it ended up paying off. Like, good on him.
Well, what do you think were some of the highlights of that last series there?
I like both of the games where I feel like both the decks that won were both unfavored, like very unfavored, because those are like the Dragon Warlock versus Hunter is very hard to win as Dragon Warlock, And
Yeah.
Hunter versus Druid is very, very hard to win. And they both just pulled it out. They both won it unfavorable.
Yeah. Definitely. The thing about Hearthstone is that we see matches that are favorable and unfavorable, but in a tournament setting, you kind of have to get lucky at some point. Like if you win a favorable, I mean that's what's expected to happen, right? But if you win an unfavorable and your opponent wins an unfavorable, that actually happens too. So it's less likely that you see that, but in this series we definitely did see that happen.
Yeah, exactly. It was some good games, some fun games to watch.
Yeah, and I guess I'm kind of sad that neither of my friends who entered this tournament, neither of them made it into the round of 4. Shame on them.
Well, it shows that you don't have to be like the best player ever to like compete with the pros, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Noblord, got taken down in like the 3rd round, I do believe. He was definitely like the huge favorite, most experienced, most amount of accolades in terms of collegiate players. He's actually doing really, really well in Tesla right now as well.
Yeah.
But he lost pretty early, and we actually found a player who I've never even heard of before, Fresh, taking it down.
Yeah.
$1,250 first prize. All right, with that, Ant, do you have any final words?
Please follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is under my name, and yeah, that's all I got.
All right, that's a pretty good self-promotion there.
There you
But
go.
yeah, that'll wrap it up for Game Like a Pro, the Collegiate Hearthstone Tournament, brought to you by Newegg and produced by ABGL. If you enjoyed, please do leave a follow, and we'll see you next time here at ABGL.